The Moonstone passed, carrying its curse with it, from one lawless Mohammedan hand to another, and still, through all chances and changes, the successors of the three guardian priests kept their watch, waiting the day when the will of Vishnu the Preserver should restore to them their sacred gem. Time rolled on from the first to the last years of the 18th Christian century. The diamond fell into the possession of Tipu, Sultan of Seringapatam, who caused it to be placed as an ornament in the handle of a dagger, and who commanded it to be kept among the choicest treasures of his armory. So, as told in our camp, ran the fanciful story of the Moonstone. Let me now take you on to the day of the assault. The camp followers committed deplorable excesses, and, worse still, the soldiers found their way, by an unguarded door, into the treasury of the palace, and loaded themselves with gold and jewels. While I was vainly trying to establish order, I heard a frightful yelling on the other side of the courtyard, and at once ran towards the cries, in dread of finding some new outbreak of the pillage in that direction. I got to an open door, and saw the bodies of 2 Indians, by their dress, as I guessed, officers of the palace, lying across the entrance dead. A cry inside hurried me into a room which appeared to serve as an armory. A 3rd Indian, mortally wounded, was sinking at the feet of a man whose back was towards me. The man turned at the instant when I came in, and I saw John Herncastle, my cousin, with a torch in one hand and a dagger dripping with blood in the other. A stone, set like a pommel in the end of the dagger's handle, flashed in the torchlight as he turned on me like a gleam of fire. The dying Indian sank to his knees, pointed to the dagger in Herncastle's hand, and said in his native language, "The Moonstone will have its vengeance yet on you and yours." He spoke those words and fell dead on the floor. Before I could stir in the matter, the men who had followed me across the courtyard crowded in. My cousin rushed to meet them like a madman. "Clear the room," he shouted to me, "and set a guard on the door." The men fell back as he threw himself on them with his torch and his dagger. I put 2 sentinels of my own company, on whom I could rely, to keep the door. Through the remainder of the night, I saw no more of my cousin, and we have not spoken since. Although I attach no sort of credit to the fantastic Indian legend of the gem, I must acknowledge, before I conclude, that I am influenced by a certain superstition of my own in this matter. It is my conviction, or my delusion, no matter which, that crime brings its own fatality with it. I am not only persuaded of Herncastle's guilt, I am even fanciful enough to believe that he will live to regret it if he keeps the diamond, and that others will live to regret taking it from him if he gives the diamond away. The story. First period. The loss of the diamond. 1848. The events related by Gabriel Betteredge, house steward in the service of Julia, Lady Verinder. The question of how I am to start the story properly I have tried to settle in 2 ways. First, by scratching my head, which led to nothing. Second, by consulting my daughter, Penelope, which has resulted in an entirely new idea. Penelope's notion is that I should set down what happened regularly, day by day, beginning with the day when we got the news that Mr. Franklin Blake was expected on a visit to the house. When you come to fix your memory with a date in this way, it is wonderful what your memory will pick up for you upon that compulsion. Beginning then on Penelope's plan, I beg to mention that I was specially called one Wednesday morning into my lady's own sitting room, the date being the 24th of May, 1848. "Gabriel," says my lady, "here is news that will surprise you. Franklin Blake has come back from abroad. He has been staying with his father in London, and he is coming to us tomorrow to stop till next month and keep Rachel's birthday." If I had had a hat in my hand...